Tonight, we're remembering one of the pillars of the sports broadcasting industry.
Phil Garvin.
Philip Garvin.
Phil Garvin.
Phil was an icon and a pioneer.
Philip will be missed by so many.
I think Phil was always a little bit blown away by his success. From getting a camera 65 years ago to today, this was his life's work.
Philip was a very unique individual. Grew up in New York City, went to Yale, summered in Europe, but he always had a yearning to be a cowboy.
From the time he was a young child, he was fascinated with everything about the West. Roy Rogers was his hero.
Philip liked physical activity. He liked the outdoors. He wasn't against Manhattan, but there was something in him waiting to leave, and he did leave.
My dad got a place in Ridgeway and he built his own house. Everybody jokes, like, how did he learn how to build a house growing up in New York City? But he did.
I think he thought of himself in most things as a journeyman, just doing what he liked. He liked taking pictures, so he did. He liked building things, so he did.
When I first met Philip, he was able to understand what I needed as a sports network, and he was starting from scratch on these first mobile units. His famous comment was, all it is a control room with wheels, how hard can it be?
My dad just believed that he could make this happen. And that takes a level of crazy, a level of entrepreneurship.
Phil innovated many things, including the rapid adoption of HD and dual feeds.
You'd originally have to have a show going to the home market and the visitors, and that meant 2 full trucks and 2 full crews, but Phil's found a way to streamline the whole process.
The most important one was cloud control. That was key and essential during COVID because it enabled us to get the games on the air. We could actually just park the mobile unit and have the mobile unit operated remotely.
Philip was able to see the future in a way that other people couldn't. And his ability to do that made it possible for Mobile TV Group to become the solution on the mobile units.
One of the interesting parts about Phil is he wasn't really a sports fan, which is incredible considering the guy made his living in broadcast sports and ultimately revolutionized the entire industry.
I would try and get him to sit down and watch a basketball game with me. By the end of the first quarter, he'd be up and back in the trucks. That's where his interests were.
The business part of him thought, something here is growing before my eyes. If I get into it, I will grow too.
Phil Garvin should have been elected to the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame years ago. What he has done on the regional level has changed the way we do television.
It still amazes me to this day how he was able to take that one truck and turn it into the business that Mobile TV Group is today.
1993, 94, we were at, we'll say, 100 events. Now we're at 4,500 events in a year.
He found something missing in our business and was able to grow that business over the last 35 plus years into one of the big 4 truck companies in North America.
The NBA will always be deeply grateful to Phil. He improved our connection with our audiences. In that sense, Phil lives on.
I've never met anyone in my whole life that was as honest and straightforward as Phil Garvin. He brought integrity to absolutely everything he did, both within the television industry and outside of it.
He was a quiet titan of this industry. And you know, Phil didn't care for the spotlight, but our industry owes so much to his spirit of ingenuity.
In terms of his legacy, I mean, the guy was Mr. Live HD, and he made it happen. He was the one who can come into any situation and just turn it into a successful broadcast.
If I were to say his greatest legacy, it isn't just business, it's his family, it's his son Nick.
Since my dad's passing, there isn't a day that goes by that he's not still connected to something, or we're talking about what he did, and now it's what he would do.
I'm working really hard on, making those decisions without him, but I do often hear his voice in my head and what I think he would say.
What I wouldn't give for one more handshake, one more smile, one more life lesson.
I'm so grateful to have known Phil. I'm so grateful to have worked with him.
He always said he had a wonderful life, and so he taught me to have a wonderful life too.
He made his dreams come true, and the biggest part of that was that he got to move to Colorado and build his ranch and become the cowboy that he always wanted to be.
He was truly the Jewish New Yorker turned cowboy.
Are you proud of him?
Oh, yeah. I'm incredibly proud of him.